Hey everybody, let's have some fun today. Hi, my name is Burl. Welcome back to my channel, old, retired, but still learning. Um, Today I want to go over my top 10 favorite movies of all time. I am a movie buff and I'm also a list nerd, if you want to call it that, or a top 10 nerd, or whatever you want to call it. I love top 10 lists, top 100, any kind of lists. I know that may sound weird to a lot of people, but for some reason, I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by what other people think, and I'd also want your top 10 list of favorite movies. I don't just want mine. I want to know what you guys think, and let's compare notes down in the comments section. Um, Please, I'm fascinated by it, and I would love to know what you all think as far as your favorite movies go. I recently posted a video on how I was kind of discouraged a little bit about how, I don't think they make movies the way they used to, and so it got me thinking. I'd like to share with you movies that I think are great, and the list could be much longer than 10, much longer. So I want you to understand that. And just because a movie's not in my top 10 doesn't mean that I don't love it. And I'm sure maybe you feel the same way about that. But a top 10 is a top 10. You gotta cut it off at some point. So let me start with number 10. I will count down to number 1. Number 10 on my list is To Kill a Mockingbird from 1962, directed by Robert Mulligan, and of course based on the equally popular and famous book. And this has been in my top 10 since I can remember. I remember the first time I saw it was when I was very young, and it is my oldest daughter's favorite movie still to this day. It has been for a long time. But, the acting, just the setting, the atmosphere, the mood of a small town like that. Everything about it is wonderful. The cinematography, the black and white, all of that is just fantastic. Storytelling, love it. Number 9, and this has been in my top 10 since I can remember too, probably since I first saw it in 1975 as a teenager. It's Jaws, by Steven Spielberg, and I went to the theater to see it, and it was an experience. It wasn't just going to a movie. When you come out, you're people just talk about it for months. It was packed. The audience reaction was great, and of course, you just can't beat that story of 3 men against a shark. It's wonderful. And number 8 on my list is from 1982. It's a foreign film by one of my favorite foreign directors, Ingmar Bergman from Sweden. It's called Fanny and Alexander. And this is the story of a huge family, wonderful family. And it starts with at a Christmas party, and then goes through the years and the ordeals this family goes through and everything, and how they work through all that. And it's epic storytelling on a grand scale, and it's just wonderful. And again, beautiful cinematography. You'll probably find I'm a sucker for cinematography. Number 7 on my list is my favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie from 1954, Rear Window, with my favorite actor of all time, Jimmy Stewart, and Thelma Ritter, and Grace Kelly, and Wendell Corey, and Raymond Burr. I remember I saw when it was re-released. It had been out of circulation for a long time, and when they re-released it, I went to the theater to see it, and it was, again, a packed theater, another just experience. I'll never forget, the audience reacting and gasping and laughing at certain times, and the suspense just holds you from beginning to end. And it's one of those movies that just has a certain feel to it. I don't know if any of you will know what I mean by that, but just you're there in 1954, with Jimmy Stewart in that apartment room, watching everything with him. Number 6 is another foreign film from 1994 by Krzysztof Kieślowski from Poland. It's a movie called Red, and it's part of a trilogy. It's the third part of a trilogy called the Blue, White, Red trilogy, and it's another one of those atmospheric type movies where, again, the cinematography, especially the color red, appears in it. Blue is featured in blue, and white is featured in white, and then red in red. And the way the story is told, it brings the three films together, and the conclusion there, and at the end of the third one, blew me away. Everything came together, and it was wonderful. There's a wonderful actress in it by the name of Irene Jacob. If she'd have made more movies, she may have been my favorite actress of all time. She's wonderful in it. It's just got this innocence about her, and just terrific movie. Highly recommend it. Number 5 on my list is one that has really catapulted its way up. I really, really liked it the first time I saw it. Now I love it. It's called Paris, Texas by Wim Wenders from Germany, but it's an American film. It's all in English, and it's from 1988. And the story that's told is really very heartbreaking. But the ending, there's a scene very, very close to the ending that is one of the best I've ever seen in a movie, featuring Harry Dean Stanton and Nastasia Kinski. That scene is so memorable. You cannot get it out of your head. And then the ending is very peaceful and satisfying, I guess is the way that I could put it. You just kind of sit there and sort of meditate on it, think about it. Just a fantastic movie, very much worth watching. Number 4 on my list is another one that is catapulted up, surprisingly maybe, but it's Casablanca. I'm surprised it wasn't higher earlier in my life, but it has just continued to grow on me, and no actor, like I said, my favorite actor is Jimmy Stewart, but I don't know that there's any more fun actor to watch than Humphrey Bogart. He's just, I don't know, just that tough guy persona and everything is fantastic, and it's, the lines that he delivers, and the lines that are delivered all through the movie by Claude Rains and Peter Lorre, Ingrid Bergman. And Ingrid Bergman, by the way, is my favorite actress of all time. But the story just can't be beat. People sacrificing what they want or what they love for something greater than themselves. Number 3 on my list is It's a Wonderful Life from 1946, directed by Frank Capra, starring Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed. It's I remember the first time I saw it. I believe the year was 1979. It was Christmas Eve, and I was watching it on TV for the first time, and I just got so wrapped up in it and so involved in it. And of course, at the end, you can't help but cry. Tears of joy. You're happy. It's that kind of cry. It's great, and to me, it's Jimmy Stewart's best performance. The arc that character goes through is terrific. And number 1 and 2 can be interchangeable for me. One could be one day and 2 the next, and vice versa. But number 2 right now is The Godfather Part 2. The first time, which is to me miles, far and far away, the best sequel of all time. I saw it as a teenager in 1974 with a friend of mine on Christmas Eve, but I went to the theater. From the opening scene, I was just blown away. I was so thrilled to see Vito's backstory and what had happened to him through the years, and then paralleled that brilliantly with Michael's parallel story of what was going on with him in the present time. And it was just such a great contrast, and the feel and the mood and the cinematography and the set decoration was just perfect. You felt like you were in Little Italy there in New York, and you felt like you were in Cuba, with Michael, and in Reno when he was in Reno, Nevada. But I mean, you just can't beat the acting, the script writing, the directing, everything. Wonderful. And it contains, I'll save this probably for a later time to do a video on my favorite scenes of all time, because it contains what I think is the greatest scene of all time. And my number 1, you probably guessed it, is The Godfather. 1972, Francis Ford Coppola. Of course, he won. It won Best Picture. Godfather Part 2 won Best Picture. It's the only time that's ever happened. But the ensemble cast, it's number 1, the best. And some of them were even unknowns at the time. Al Pacino wasn't well known. Robert Duvall wasn't particularly well known. James Caan. But, of course, Brando was the hook, as the Godfather. And, I went to see it when I was a young man with my mother and my sister in 1972 in the theater. And again, just one of those overwhelming experiences, and you walk out and you carry it with you. Every one of these films, whether I saw it in a theater or on TV, they stick with you, and that's one of the measurements of a great movie for me is when I walk out of the theater or I'm done at home watching on TV, did it stay with me? And The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2, just they've been my favorites for a long time. Just a little side note: The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2, It's a Wonderful Life, Rear Window, Jaws, and To Kill a Mockingbird have been in my top 10 since I can remember. So I think that was 5 of them. But relatively new to the list are Fanny and Alexander, Rear Window. Red. And that was six that have been there for a long time. Red and Paris, Texas. I really, really, really want to hear from you. What are your favorite movies of all time? List them down in the comments below, and we can have a great discussion. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's just what you believe and what you like. So let me know, and I really hope you enjoyed this. I love lists, and I love movies, and I love talking about this type of stuff. So thank you for hanging in there with me. If you like this content, subscribe and hit the like button and make a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.